Doug MPA back on another video. So the Barbie movie is out. And if you lurk YouTube and the interwebs like I do, you heard rumors that the Barbie movie was going to be a bunch of misandrist, man-hating garbage. Now, the advertisements kept any mention of feminism and this is a woman's movie and men don't go see it to a minimum. I think the only time I saw the word feminist was when that Simu Lee guy from Shang-Chi, he's in the movie. He says something about it being a feminist movie and it breaking gender barriers and all this stuff like that. But other than that was the one slip up. Well, the reviews are out now, and the Barbie movie is everything that we thought it was going to be, guys. 1 hour and some odd minutes, I think 52 minutes of just man bashing trash. So bad that this Sarah Vine writing for the West Australian, she didn't like it because it was there's so much misandry in the movie. Misandry. Her review is called The Barbie Movie. Every man in Greta Gerwig's film is a bigot or a loser, and my daughter totally loved it. So we're going to get into her review, but before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It's just you support me and what I'm doing over here. And we're going to go through this whole thing because she does a really good job of saying why she hated all the misandry in the movie, okay? So bear with me. It says, Monday evening, 6:15, Leicester Square, London. The place is packed with tourists, office workers, hawkers, pickpockets. Then there's a long line of people sneaking around the cinema. She said, I've honestly never seen anything like it. It felt more like the line for some sellout teeny bopper concert than the press night for a film about a plastic doll. There were security men. They had to sign their agreements for embargoes. A protester was yelling at the women to not see the Barbie movie. She said, I took my daughter, Bea, with me, partly because she nagged me half to death about coming, partly as an unsullied Gen Z counterpoint to my grumpy mummy stance on Barbie. Despite the tagline, if you hate Barbie, this is a film for you, I didn't really think I was likely to be his target audience because she's not. The target audience for this movie is 18 to 30 because women from the ages of 18 to 30 have been fed the most toxic version of feminism, man bashing, don't need no man, single mother by choice, dog mom feminism than like any other group of women. Says it. And as it transpired, I loved every second. And so it transpired, I loved every second. Me, not so much. My main criticism actually has nothing to do with the subject matter. Barbie or no Barbie, it's not intrinsically that good a film. It's uneven and disjointed, the plot makes no real sense, and the dead hand of corporate America weighs heavily upon it. For sure, Mattel is superficially mocked in the shape of a bumbling CEO and his besuited sidekicks, but the opening scene in which a group of little girls smash their boring old-fashioned dolls' heads in with alarming violence at the appearance of their Barbie messiah is actually quite sinister. As is the appearance of the ghost of Ruth Handler, Barbie's inventor, as some sort of godlike figure, but my main objection is that Barbie is not really a film about Barbie at all. It's 1 hour and 54 minutes of extended misandry, dressed up with a few fun dance routines and one or two, granted, fairly decent jokes. It's a deeply anti-man movie, an extension of all that TikTok feminism that paints any form of masculinity other than the most anodyne as toxic and predatory and frames women's liberation not as a movement based on achieving equality between the sexes, but as a cultural revenge vehicle designed to write out of the story altogether. Every male character is either an idiot, a bigot, or a sad, rather pathetic loser. If the roles were reversed and a male director made a film about how all women were hysterical, neurotic, gold-digging witches, it would be denounced quite rightly as deeply offensive and sexist. In a nutshell, Barbie and Ken set off an adventure to the real world to discover the source of Barbie's sudden and uncharacteristic anxiety. Barbie gets a nasty shock. She's not as universally popular as she imagined. Ken, on the other hand, has a tremendous time plugging into the macho culture of LA and discovering that there's such a thing called the patriarchy. Why would you sit and watch this movie? That is the plot synopsis right there. And going back to, she's right. If the roles would have been diverse, this movie would have got canceled. But you could trash men all day long in current society. You can even make big budget movies about it. He then turns into a real man, again sketched in the most one-dimensional of cliches. It goes back to Barbie Land, organizing the equivalent of an incel uprising, quite literally, given Ken's lack of tackle, and brainwashes all the Barbies into becoming his willing slaves. Strong Angie Tate vibes, put it that way. Yeah, they got to bring in Top G, don't they? They just can't resist. Queen Barbie, aka Margot Robbie, must then mobilize a counter-revolution, which she does with the help of her human friends, mother and daughter duo Gloria and Sasha. Using their Barbie wiles, they put the Kens back in their boxes. The film ends with her checking into a gynecology clinic, presumably so she can become a real woman. Don't get me wrong. There are some very funny moments. So they talk about Kate McKinnon's character is Weird Barbie. I don't care about that. America Ferrera. I don't care about that. But even the combined talents of all these people can't make the thing hang together. There are just too many inconsistencies. The plastic, fantastic world of Barbie is portrayed as dull and shallow and devoid of real emotions. Yet when things start to get real, all the action goes into restoring it the way it was. We're told that Barbies are all about empowerment, yet they weaponize their sexuality in a most unedifying way. When it comes to tricking the Kens, they do it by batting their eyelids like dumb dollies. Everyone mocks the Kens for being useless and impotent, but when they try to be anything else, they're put down. It's all just a bit of poorly thought out soup. Did it make me love Barbie? No, of course not. But it did make me feel a little sorry for those who subscribe to this nonsense and for the young men growing up in a world that tells them that they're worthless. Boom, there it is. Guys, the West is finished. MGTOW passports are the only way, guys. I'm saying it here right now. Because this is what young modern women are being fed. You're able to see this play out on the movie screen now for an hour and 52 minutes. Now, it's going to be interesting to see, because it's going to have a big opening weekend, but it's going to be interesting to see what the second weekend is, because I think it's going to have a huge drop off. Like, men aren't going to go see it, and I think that women are going to see it twice, and a lot of women aren't going to let their daughters see it. So let me know what you think about this. Even a lot of women critics think that this is a step too far, and it always happens. They get closer and closer and closer to the line, and then they smash right through it. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one.